I decided to move into a retirement village because I was my husband's carer. He had 2 life-threatening illnesses, and then he passed away in 2016. I lived on my own for 2 years at home. Lots of new people moving in. I gradually went downhill and ended up in hospital. And finally, when I got well again, my doctor said to me, "Don't go back to living on your own. I can see you in a retirement village." So I knew where I wanted to come because I had some friends who lived here and I'd visited them. And he said, "Well, your daughter and you can go and have a look at the village on Wednesday." I said, "I've seen the village. I know where I want to go." So my daughter went and she rang me at the hospital that night and she said, "Mum, I want to move in too, but I'm too young." So I moved in May 2018 and I'll have been here 5 years this May. Well, that's where my friends lived, but I lived at Blacktown and my shopping centre was 7 Hills, so I wasn't very familiar with Borkham Hills or Winston Hills, but I thought I could find my way around. I used to travel on public transport. I sold my car when I came here. I didn't bring it to the village, and I'm not a very good parker. I was a good driver, but parking was my downfall, and I thought that some of the car spaces or the garage might not be big enough for someone who's not good at parking. So we have a shopping bus and that goes out once a week to 3 different shopping centres, taking it in turns, and that's enough for me. And if I want to go to Parramatta, I can just get on the bus stop opposite the village, and there's a bus stop to the city where the village is at the front. I went to Newcastle at the weekend. Got a bus to Hornsby and a train to Newcastle. I think now I'm healthier than when I came here 5 years ago. I had lost a lot of weight. I was very thin. So in the dining room, they fattened me up. And eventually I had to say to them, "May I have smaller meals, please?" because they were so generous. And it's lovely to have a meal with people. But because we all get up at different times of the day, we get our own breakfast. Today my room is being cleaned and it's having fresh linen put on the bed, and I've ticked a grocery list, and the personal care worker will put my groceries for breakfast for the week in a shopping bag, and I'm ready to go. You can be as busy or as quiet as you want to be. When I was here for about 18 months, Opal Aged Care, which is now Winston Hillside Care Community in the middle of the village, they also had a concentric rehab centre that opened, and they offered the residents of the village free use of their gym for a month of September. So I took them up on the offer, and I've been going to them for exercises once a week since then, and I've managed to increase my bone density in my spine by 11%. My hips and knees are sort of falling to pieces, but my spine's a bit better. But we also have a resident activity on a Saturday morning, gentle exercises, and I volunteer at the kiosk twice a month. I go to the coffee pot regularly for a coffee early, and a friend comes, my friend who lives out in the village, she comes up on a Sunday and we have smashed avocado on toast and coffee morning tea every Sunday. So, and I have a friend from Parramatta. She visits by bus. I don't miss driving anymore, so I'm happy to be here.